I don't even know how to start this. I don't even know how to start this little rant that I'm about to go on. But have you ever noticed, at least in America, I don't know how it is in other countries, but at least in America, and I've been to several states, and it's been the same in every state. Every time I go into a grocery store, I'm hit in the face with like shit that's not good for me. Candy, cookies, cakes, donuts. It drives me insane. It is a tactic that they use because a lot of people go to the grocery store hungry. Never do that. Never do that. But it's a tactic that these stores and these companies use to get you to buy stuff like that because they'll take advantage of the fact that you're hungry and what looks good when you're hungry. Cookies, donuts, cake, all that shit that's not good for you. So they know that people are going to come to the store hungry, and these people are going to impulsively buy all this stuff that they are first met with. Also, that stuff's kind of convenient because you don't need to like cook it or prepare it or anything, but different story. What I'm kind of getting at is it kind of drives me nuts because it's almost like they're taking advantage of some people's weaknesses, and they're kind of pushing poor diet on you, and a lot of people don't have that willpower to say no or like look the other way. And I believe that was like, what's the best way to put it? I believe that's trained behavior over several years, or if you're a child, sweets are just fantastic. But I believe that's trained behavior over several years of being like that. And I think that we as a whole need to start shifting and turning that trained behavior to be different and look towards more healthy options. I'm not saying this like I'm not preaching, because I'm definitely not perfect either. I do have the advantage I don't really like sweets that much, so it's easier for me. Like usually sweets are going to give me a stomachache, so I have learned like don't eat them because I'm going to feel like shit later. But some people don't get that effect, and they continue eating them, and then they end up in, different situations, whether it could be health situations or whatever. Like I was saying, it kind of irritates me that they're almost like subconsciously pushing the unhealthy on people rather than, kind of pushing a healthier alternative or a healthy snack or something like that onto somebody. Because I think that, if you're to walk into someplace and find, an apple or something like that, for example, maybe that's going to be, that's going to look good if that's the first thing that you see when you come to when you're hungry. And you can't deny that an apple is better for you than a piece of cake. The other thing that kind of irritates me, I've used apps for several years to get cash back on my grocery purchases. Why not, right? Apps like Ibotta is one. Apps like, what's the other one I use? Fetch Rewards. Fetch Rewards is good for, actually both of them are good for more than just groceries. But basically what you do is you scan your receipt, or you take a picture of your receipt, you upload it, and then they always have like deals that you get points for or cash back for or some sort of rewards. And it just occurred to me like a couple weeks ago that like I have a coworker who also uses it, and they end up getting all these rewards, tons of rewards, like way more than I get. And I'm like, I don't get all that. Like, why are you getting way more than I'm getting? And then I kind of compared what we're purchasing. I buy a lot of produce. Like probably 70% of what I buy on every grocery trip is produce or fresh meat. That person buys a lot of pre-made stuff, snacks, cereals, Pop-Tarts, like big name brand stuff like that. God, I'm gonna get canceled by over here. But anyway, what I'm trying to get at is these apps like that are almost, again, promoting unhealthy eating habits because they're going to reward you for buying the shit. Like, why aren't you rewarding people for buying produce? Why aren't you rewarding people for buying fresh meat from, the meat counter or something like that? Or go to a local deli, like work with a local deli to get a couple bucks cash back on a purchase of X number of dollars. Like that would incentivize people to eat healthier, without a doubt. Eating healthy is expensive, but if I can save money by eating healthy, maybe that's a little bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Motivation. That's motivation. There it is. I don't know, just a couple things. Like what I'm trying to say, in a nutshell, wrap this all back around, is stay strong when you go to the grocery store. Especially if you're someone who struggles with eating healthy and you tend to eat more unhealthy and you're trying to eat healthier, stay strong. Keep that solid willpower. When you go to a grocery store and you walk in the door and you're hit with a dozen donuts on sale, 50% off yesterday's donuts, $4 for a dozen donuts, don't do it. You don't need it. You don't need it. And if you are, trying to save money on those grocery apps, like this is where I'm struggling, because like I'm barely getting any rewards on those grocery apps. But like, if you're trying to save money on those grocery apps, just remember, like, you'll get there eventually. My journey personally on those apps are a little bit longer than some other people's journey, but that's okay, because I will eventually save money on them at some point. Heck, a few years ago, I cashed out over $100 back. It took me a few years to get there, but it was $100. I've gotten a $50 Amazon gift card from Fetch Rewards before. Again, took me a couple years to get there, but it's $50 that I didn't have before, and I would have spent the money anyways. Stay strong, everybody. I'm telling you, you can do it. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give in. If you're trying to make that lifestyle change and avoid those sugary, sweet shit foods, you can do it. I promise you can do it. Anyways, you guys, y'all take it easy, and we will catch you again in the next episode.